Welcome to Business Notes. I'm your host, Diane Bogino, President of Performance Strategies and Diane Bogino Development. Our guest today is Cindy Stuart. Cindy is a professional travel advisor and owner of Your Travel Escape in Atlanta, Georgia. She specializes in group and luxury travel, designing vacations around your vision for your life, providing complimentary services to all of her clients with a full-service connected approach before, during, and after their trips. Cindy also speaks to groups large and small about expanding our horizons through travel, specific destinations, forming travel clubs, Holy Land trips, and more. A hospitality industry professional for 15 years, Cindy was a sales executive with Marriott International before becoming an independent professional travel advisor in 2015. In 2019, Cindy was the recipient of the Ethical Agent Award. Cindy, welcome to Business Notes. It's good to meet you.
Well, thank you for having me. It is my pleasure to be here this morning. Thank you.
Good, and I'm anxious to talk about travel. And so why did you become a travel advisor?
Well, I used to work for Marriott, and I actually sold hotel rooms, and my job was to fill the hotels. I had 2 hotels I was responsible for, and I had to fill the hotels on the weekend. So that meant group business, whether it was family reunions or sports groups or weddings, or I had motorcycle group. I had all kinds of groups, and I really loved what I did. I loved being able to help and serve my clients. But then, anyone that's been in the hospitality industry, you work a lot of hours. And then I started having grandchildren. And then when I was really too tired to hang out with my grandkids on the weekend, my husband said, it is just time to quit. And it was hard for me to do. But finally, God told me, he said, you'll be okay. You just quit. It'll be all right. But anyway, I missed what I did. I loved, like I said, loved my clients. I loved helping and serving them. But I did not want to go back to work for someone else. So here I am. I am a travel advisor and owner of Your Travel Escape, and I absolutely love what I do. I love helping and serving my clients make lifelong memories.
Yes, that's what I like about what you had in your introduction. And so you have the best of both worlds. You get to do what you love, and you still have time for your grandchildren. So that's great. Yes,
absolutely.
So Cindy, let me ask you this. With today's technology, why would I hire a travel advisor instead of just going online and booking things myself?
Well, that is a very good question, because there are so many online. There's Travelocity, Expedia, they go on and on and on and on. So there's several reasons. One is your time is very valuable. And so let me do the research. Being a travel advisor, I have connections to trusted travel suppliers, whether it be a land tour, a cruise, a group tour, whatever that looks like. I know who those trusted suppliers are. So I do all the work. I do all the research, and we will work and work and work till we get your vacation the way that you want your vacation. And then I take care of everything from beginning to the end to in the middle. I am here to serve my clients. If they get to Italy and there isn't anyone to pick them up at the airport, they can call or text me. I will take care of the problem. I don't think if you used Expedia and you got to the airport and there was no one, they don't care. They're not going to go, oh yes, Mrs. Jones, let me take care of that for you. So that is one reason. Like I said, there's several reasons. Take this pandemic, for example. So many people had to have their vacations canceled or rebooked. So they didn't have to worry about anything. They didn't have to worry about, spending hours and hours and hours on the phone, on hold with the travel supplier. I did that. I took care, I fought for them. Some of them I was able to get more of a refund than the supplier wanted to give them more credit than some of the suppliers were willing to give them. So it's all about the customer service, a lot of it, I think. And sometimes you may not know exactly what you want to do. I've had clients that said they wanted to take a cruise around Italy. Well, when I first started, chatting with them and figuring out exactly what they wanted to do, which is they really wanted to immerse themselves into the culture. So I suggested a land trip where you could spend 2 or 3 nights in a city rather than a few hours in a port. So that is another reason to use a travel advisor. And I do not charge for my services. My services are free. I get paid when my client travels.
My goodness. I thought personalized service was dead, but that is amazing. So, yeah, I can see why people would call you. So you mentioned something about how you design vacations and you say around your vision for your life. That is just sounds fascinating to me. So could you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. So vacations are not a one size fits all. Everybody, first of all, you work really hard for your money and you work really hard for your vacations, and your vacations are an investment in your money and your time. So, going back to vacations are not a one size fits all. So what I do is I sit down with my client most of the time over the phone, and a lot of my clients I've never met before, but with Zoom now it's easier to meet them. But we really talk about, what does that vacation look like for you? What kind of memories do you want to make? What kind of pictures do you want to take? Do you want to take cooking classes? Do you enjoy wine? Do you want to be more adventurous? Do you want to just have a laid back? Do you want to be part of a group? Do you want to be on your own? There are just so many facets in a vacation that, again, that's why you use a travel advisor, and I can advise you on what is going to work for you. Sometimes it doesn't take long for me to design a client's vacation. Sometimes it takes a while as I work on pulling out exactly what it is that they want in this vacation. So that is one of the things I really, really enjoy about what I do, is designing these trips specifically for my clients.
Right. Now I see why you call yourself an advisor. You're almost like a coach or a consultant. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
what other types of travel do you plan besides like individual vacations?
Well, I can do groups of all kinds. I can do family reunions. I can do corporate incentive trips. I can do workshops. If you're wanting to grow your business and you want to have workshops, I can do workshops for you, conferences, and fundraisers. A lot of nonprofits do not know this, but you can actually raise a significant amount of money through travel. I had the Spectrum Autism Support Group here in Atlanta, and we worked really hard to do a cruise for the families of these children, and they're so excited about it. And at the same time, they were able to raise funds for their organization. So I love being able to help nonprofits raise money through travel. And there's wine clubs and book clubs and just church clubs and just whatever. But it's fun to travel with people that are like-minded.
Right. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
make it more pleasurable. I could see that. You just mentioned something about that you did a plan for an autism group and you're certified in that. Could you tell our viewers a little bit about what that designation implies and what that does for your clients?
Yes, by taking that course and becoming a autism certified travel professional, by taking the course, it just helped me to see a little bit more about the different spectrums of autism and things that they can and cannot do. And of course, there are, like I said, different levels of autism. And then I was also able to find out which travel suppliers are autism certified. And by being autism certified, it means all of their staff, their crew, especially the ones that work with the children, that they are also autism certified. So they know how to work with these children and how to interact with these children. They know that a lot of them have certain diets that they have to keep. For example, Royal Caribbean is autism certified. Beaches, resorts are autism certified. And there's several more out there as well. Even here in the United States, there are several attractions like Disney. Disney is very autism friendly. So when I'm helping a family that has a child with autism, it helps me to be able to know how to direct them and what would be best for their family.
That is good advice for our viewers. I mean, personally, I had no idea about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know about autism, but it's good to know that there are people out there who really care, and obviously you care about your clients very deeply. That's really good to know. So with this pandemic, it has been difficult for everyone to travel. So tell our viewers, Cindy, is it safe to travel, and where can people travel to these days?
Well, it is safe to travel. I during my downtime, because I have had a lot of downtime, I have been studying a lot and just educating myself more. I try to keep myself educated anyway about different destinations and different travel suppliers so that when my clients are ready to travel again, I know more about their destination they want to travel to, where it's safe to travel to. So yes, there are plenty of places in the United States. I think when we think of travel, we don't think about the United States. We think about going on a cruise or, to the beach or, over to Europe or Alaska or whatever that looks like. But, we have a great country with a lot of history, and there's so many things you can do here. So there's always the great USA, and the Caribbean is actually open up for travelers. The all-inclusive resorts in the different Caribbean islands, they're like at 20 to 30% occupancy. They are wearing the mask. They are requiring their guests out in public areas to wear the mask. They're separating tables in the restaurants. They are, sanitizing hands everywhere you look. They're spraying the bottoms of your shoes. So the Caribbean islands are absolutely open for travel. And Delta Airlines is doing an amazing, I don't work for Delta, but they are doing an amazing job. They are not filling their planes to capacity. They are loading from the back to the front. They are keeping the middle seats empty unless you're traveling with someone. They are doing all they can to assure that you're safe. And there's even been some cruises over in Europe that have had some very successful sailings, and they're doing all that they can. The cruise industry is working very closely with the CDC. So I see that opening up very soon. And it's going to look a little different only because they want you to feel safe and comfortable. But, that is another reason to use a travel advisor, because I know what's safe. I know what you need. I know if you need a COVID test to go to Jamaica, or if you need a COVID test to go to Mexico. Even if you go into a different state, what that state requires of you if you want to visit there. Are you going to have to quarantine or not? So again, just another reason to use a travel advisor. But yes, bookings are picking up I've started booking travel for 2021 and 2022, and I actually am going on a cruise myself in March and cannot wait. Yes,
Well,
yes,
that's good to know. So you're walking the walk.
yes, ma'am.
So there are more details to include in your travel today, but with somebody like you, Cindy, a traveler can travel in good conscience, and you can help them prepare better and have a safe and a happy trip.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, you know what? Whether you use me or another travel advisor, I just encourage you to support, again, it's supporting a local small business. I know people may not actually realize that, but we are local small businesses. And like I said, whether you use me or someone else, I would encourage you to use a travel advisor.
Yes, I would too after this conversation. Cindy, thank you so much for bringing us all these great details and the good information, and I appreciate you being on the show today.
Well, thank you, Diane. I appreciate you asking me, and it was my pleasure to be here.
Thank you for watching Business Notes. We've been speaking with Cindy Stuart, professional travel advisor and owner of Your Travel Escape. I'm your host, Diane Bogino, bringing you business ideas you can bank on.